Welcome to the Kickstart Your Coaching Edge podcast, where it's all about getting real around all things coaching.
And what we know for sure is that what got you here won't get you there.
You can't see the spinach in your own teeth.
And finally, hang on, because this one's really deep. Once you realize that you are the traffic, everything makes complete and unadulterated sense.
All right, Karen. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of our podcast. We are super excited because we are in a brand new month with a brand new topic. We cannot get enough of this topic, so much so we're going to be talking about it all month long.
I feel like you just didn't know what to say right there, but that's it. However, to get us a little bit fired up, we actually did bear hops to get us fired up and jumping in to this podcast today. And if you didn't get what that song was, it is, well, I don't really know what the name of it is, but it's Bastille. But I think that I don't know what the real name is, but it's about, hey, I'm being optimist about it. Or what's the name of it, Jen?
Pompeii.
All right. But yeah, I'm going to be an optimist about it.
So that is our theme for the entire month, about being an optimist. And it's interesting. We have a lot of really great things planned. That how does being an optimist tie into coaching? And the reason we picked one of optimism is because it is one of the EQI's 2.0 subscales that we've been doing each and every month. So this is going to be a deeper dive into optimism. And Karen, why don't you tell the people, all the people, the millions of people listening, about the difference between optimism and positivity?
You know what, Jen, it's funny because so often people get the two of those mixed up. And, you know, it's what it really kind of makes me think of is that, you know, optimism, it's not, you're not denying reality, right? It's not about like, let's just turn that frown upside down kind of thing. Positivity sometimes is, you know, people are like, oh, you know, I want to be positive. I want to be positive. You know, you're going down with the ship on the Titanic and they're like, oh, let's turn that frown upside down. You know, how do you put, you know, it's about rainbows and unicorns. And although it's nice to be positive, sometimes it can be misconstrued as fake. And optimism is about believing. So I believe that optimism is a mindset, and it's about believing that the future is positive, right? Times can be tough, things can be rough, and we're going to get through it, right? And a great way, right? You can get through it together. That's kind of what optimism sounds like. It's not denial of what is, and it's not pretending that things are good when they're not. It's believing that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a train, but it's a mindset and it's a choice. And I can't emphasize enough that it's your choice each and every time, whether or not you're going to decide to be an optimist.
I love that, Kara. And another word that really comes to my mind when I think about this is the word hope, right? So it's about having hope and being able to see the future as a positive and inviting place. And that's believing that the future is going to be okay. That is optimism. I love it. Absolutely love it.
And you know what, Jen, I think too, and I can't remember right now because I don't have it in front of me, but I think even the dictionary talks about optimism as being hopeful and confident about the future, or about the future success of something. And so I love that you brought up that hopeful piece.
You know, in our email that we send out, that is sending out today, talks about how do you approach coaching from a play to win versus playing not to lose mindset. And we're going to tie that in. And if you're like, email, I don't get your email, you want to get our emails. Best way to get on our list and to get 689 surefire questions is just go to www.kickstartyouredge.com/free. Sign up for that free download. Every Monday, we send out content that relates to coaching, mindset, etc. So in today's content, we are talking about playing to win versus playing not to lose. And so both have the outcome of winning, but it's how we approach it. And playing to win really ties in with what you were saying there, Care, because it's about believing in the future and it's being hopeful and confident about what lies ahead. Playing not to lose is going to have more of the what if this gets taken away from me? What if I can't defend my lead? What if I need to be able to play small and safe in order to protect what I don't want to be lost in the long run? And it's a whole different mindset. So let's talk a little bit about playing to win, optimism, and coaching.
Jen, I think just really quick also, I think that with playing to win, when you have that mentality, you have a clear grasp on who you are, what you want out of life, how you're going to get it, identifying opportunities. It's about focus, right? It's like you got that razor sharp vision and you show up from a place of conviction and a place of confidence. And you have that strategy and you have that vision. And I think that, like, if you think about that, if you can bring that mentality and you could bring that person that you can be to a coaching session, could you imagine how every coaching session would go? Imagine that.
That was the sound of minds exploding across the world, right? But it's so true because it's about having that conviction and that knowledge of who you are will allow you to coach. And if you're playing to win as a coach, you are coaching the thing behind the thing. You are listening for what's not being said. You're out of the story. It's about being fully present. Playing not to lose with coaching and being like, oh, I don't want to do it wrong, or I don't want to make a mistake, or I don't know what to do. Playing not to lose when coaching means that you ask the same questions again and again and again, or you continue to say, well, what are your values? As opposed from being the coach that can hear the values, see the values, and feel the values just by what the client is saying. So it's not about going to default questions that we ask again and again and again, but really being an optimist about having that conviction, believing in the future, and trusting yourself to be able to really coach the hell out of somebody. So one of the things is, if you're going, OMG, I am in a coaching rut, I do ask the same questions. How does that make you feel is the third question I ask each and every single time. You need to be a part of our Holy Shit series. And the Holy Shit series is coming up. It's a 4-part series. It's totally free. We want you to be involved in it. And we'll go ahead and put the link in the show notes so that you can sign up. But join us next time as we continue to talk about optimism. And we don't make it always about unicorn and rainbows.
There are no unicorn and rainbows, Jen. Well, there's rainbows.
But where have all the unicorns gone?
I don't think that's, well, I don't know.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Kickstart Your Coaching Edge podcast. Craving more in-depth discussions? Check out the Get Real Inner Circle with our no BS in-crowd of coaches.
Join live coaching discussions, breakdowns of coaching calls, and have some fun while you're at it.
You're going to want to go to kickstartyouredge.com/inner circle. It's time to get real.